Howdy, y'all. How about we all take a little trip outside with all these critters here? Come on then, let's go outside. Are you going, Howard? Come on. You know you want to go outside. You always asking. Okay. So I thought we might just have a little walkabout, see what there is to see. It's been a while since I had kind of a little tour out here, what we've been up to. So out there we've got the horseshoes all set up in a couple of chairs, and I have decided, look at this guy over here. There goes Naboo. He's my little dirty man. I've decided where to put the hammock, so I'll show you guys. It's right over here behind this tree. This is my favorite. I guess it's a bush with these beautiful flowers on it. And they are constantly falling. You can see there's so many on the ground of the fallen blossoms. They're just everywhere. But right over behind here, I have found the two trees I want to put the hammock in. This one and this one. And they're not really big, but I think they're big enough. And I'll trim a couple of these branches off, some of these lower branches. There's even one down there, I think. So I'll have one end on this tree, and then we'll do one end on this tree here. And they're both sweet gum trees, and they have some nice shade. And in the afternoon time, that's probably when I'm going to be using the hammock, this area here will have really good shade. So that's the two trees that I'm going to put my hammock up. I hope to do that this weekend. And here's Big Naboo. I think he is still growing. He is still getting bigger. Aren't you, brother? I think the last time I weighed him, he was around 19 pounds. He was about 18, a little over 18 and a half pounds. So he may be 20 pounds by now. I can't believe how big he is. He's not quite a year old. And he's a mess. So we've got a tree right here we're going to have to remove, as you can see. It has broken over right here. And the reason it broke over is because it was shot. Because I think you can see on this one too. There's some damage on that tree. And some damage on this tree. You can see where a bullet went in this side and came out that side. So we set up the shooting target down here somewhere, and then so this little alley here, whenever we miss and it hits a tree, it damages the tree. We've been intending to thin these out, and that's just kind of one way to pick which ones we want to cut down, is whichever ones have the damage from getting shot at. So eventually he's going to build a berm, an earth berm, to be the backdrop for where they shoot so that it won't damage the trees. But like I said, we're going to cut down quite a few of these trees anyway. But a lot of them have damage. Here's a moth sitting in the tree. I find those sometimes because owls will eat them and they don't eat the wings. So you can see where an owl's been perching, because there'll be several of these moth wings scattered underneath there. I'm sure these are easy to locate at night for the owls. They have these spots, false eye spots. And they're big. Let me put my hand in here for scale. Let's see, what are these guys doing over here? What have they found? Oh, an armadillo hole. They're checking out an armadillo hole. You guys better hope that's an old one. There ain't no armadillo in there. Yeah, it's an old one. Still kind of deep though. They're always finding something. Every time I look around, they're finding something. Never a dull moment when you have 5 cats. I guess I kind of have 6 cats now because of Willow. I've kind of adopted her, and she's an outside cat. My main objective with her now is to get a flea peel down her so she won't have fleas. That's really, really hard on an animal to be covered up in fleas. And so I'm going to get some canned cat food, and I'm going to take just like 1 little spoonful of it, and I'm going to stick a couple of pieces of hard, dry cat food down in that soft cat food, and feed that to her a couple days and make sure she eats every bit of it. And when I'm pretty sure she'll eat the little hard bit in there, I'll stick the flea peel down in there, maybe break it in half, and kind of trick her into eating a flea peel. And they're great. I love them. It's kind of difficult to peel all of these cats. And these 2 heavyweights here, Howard and Naboo, bless you, they have to take a large peel, which I have to break in half or even in quarters. So I have to peel them like 2 or 4 times to get all that down them. But it's worth it because it lasts for 3 or 4 months. There's not a flea to be seen. Since I've been using those, they're fantastic. So I definitely want to get one down Willow, along with a little bit of wormer medicine. But as I feed her every day, and she's come to trust me with that, I don't think it'll be a problem. So I'm going to let these guys explore the bushes and see if we can... Hey, Vincy Princey. Don't you fall in that hole now, sweetie. No, come on out. Yeah, that's a good man. Hey, Marina. What have you seen? Them cows? You looking at the cows? We're right along the fence line here with the pasture, cow pasture that's beside us. And that's the neighbors we've got. There's some cows. So I took up my tomato garden. When I was sick, I neglected it. And then I wasn't feeling well after that for a while. And I didn't get out here. I didn't water them. I didn't pick the tomatoes or anything. So I went ahead and pulled them all up and cleared out my tomato garden. So all that's left are just the little cages. The 6 cages are still here because even though it has rained, they're landlocked. They're down in the ground and I can't pull them up, and I'm gonna have to get my husband to do it this weekend. He'll have to get some gloves or something and really yank these suckers out of the ground, because I tell you, I gave it all I had and I couldn't get them to budge. The plants came up easily, and then I kind of mowed them up a little bit and put them on my compost heap. So all of the tomato plants are gone. They did really great this year, my little tomato patch, and I was really pleased with all the tomatoes that we got. I gave away a lot of green tomatoes, but I didn't fix any this year. But I gave away, probably 4 or 5 Walmart sacks of tomatoes this year. So that's not bad. Let's go over here and check on the grapevines. Because like I said, since I was sick, I quit kind of tending to my little plants. So these have some intruders that need pulled up. And they probably could use a good watering, actually. So there's my, this will be the black grapes, black grapevine. Got my little pinwheel going there. And there are a few invaders like this, some kind of little tree, acorn tree growing up there. Oh, and one of my pinwheels fell down. Let's get that back up. There we go. That ground is super firm right now. This one never did come to fruition. Still just a stick. This is also an invader. We don't want that. I've got to get out here and weed this stuff. There's some clover coming in. This is my golden grapes. You can tell they just cling to everything. They're doing pretty good, although something got a hold of the leaves. Not sure what it was, but it got them good. And I wasn't really taking care of them, so they've attached themselves places they really shouldn't. And they've got some damage on the leaves, so I definitely need to take better care of my grapevines. So I'll probably trim them back this fall, and we'll put up a trellis for next year, and I'll try to do better by them next year and possibly replace that middle one so that we can have the green grapes. Hey boys, what are you thinking about the grapevines? Actually, you can see the size of these two guys. Vince, the one on the right, is actually older than Naboo, the big one. Naboo is my youngest pet. All the other cats are older than him, and he is giant. He's a bigot. There's all the boys, Naboo, Vince, and Howard. And I think I have, or I did have, some flowers blooming over here. We can go check out the willow tree. This is gonna be 4 years old this spring, I guess. Maybe 5. I think it's 4. So it's doing really good. And we were wanting that to dry up the ground and provide shade. And it's doing really nicely. Real pretty willow. And it's right in the middle of the front yard, so it should give good shade and drink up a lot of water. Yeah, okay, I had some flowers over here, but I think it is late enough in the day that they are closed. I'll have to catch these early in the morning. They're bright pink little flowers. They're really, really pretty, but it's too hot and bright right now. But it won't be long. They'll open it all up in the morning. There's a lot of little buds, and they'll all open up and be this really bright pink, very pretty. But I thought maybe they would be open. I forgot that they're kind of like morning glories, and they don't really open up in the heat of the day. Hey Marina. Hey Marina. Here's old Howard on patrol. He is such a jerk to Willow. Whenever he sees her, he chases her. Makes a big show of his territory and really kind of annoys me the way he picks on her like that. But he's like that with everybody. He does it with Marina. He's like that with everybody. And this is where Willow hangs out, in these tall elephant ear plants here. It's kind of a little drainage area for our yard. And that's where she hangs out. Is off in there, but I'm sure she's not there. If she's seen Howard, she's probably split. Howard's over here rolling in the dirt, which is his favorite pastime. I've got one hydrangea blossom still struggling through all this heat, and it's real wilty right now, but I'll show it to you. And it sure is struggling too. So these will do better in the autumn time than they do in this really bright sun. Okay, well, I guess that's going to be it for me and our little tour around the yard with the cats and everything. And I hope everybody is doing great and feeling good and feeling happy. And I'm wishing y'all all the best. Thanks for joining me. Y'all be sweet.